Hey guys, Jeffries here, and welcome back to the Jeffries network on OpenTTD. And today we are here at the brand new... Where is that train going? We are at the brand new Guardtown St George. I could choose to have a little dig here at Network Rail and say that I've managed to rebuild an entire terminus station without a single train being interrupted. Although that's not quite true because we had that train crash last episode at Honnford interchange. But, you know, we'll gloss over that. We'll pretend that didn't happen. Basically, this is the new Guardtown St George. As said, the high-speed platforms are up and running, and I've actually got trains running along them. Here we go, there's one. We are going to extend all of that in the future. And I'll do a little bit of a spoiler. The high-speed network is going to work its way over to Honnford at some stage. Which is why... Where is Honnford? All the way up here. It's why Honnford now has these 4 electrified platforms. That'll be for high speed. Once we actually get to the point of having high speed. Where are you going? You're trying to get to a service. Does that mean you're trying to? No, you're trying to go to Honnford interchange. So why can't you just zip over there? You are zipping over there. Okay, that might be a remnant from last episode actually, because I'm recording these not far apart. That train's now blocking that train. Not for much longer. That's one of the things I like about these big junctions, is they look ugly and they look stupid, but they are actually practical, even if trains are sneaking around one another. Where are you going now? Oh yeah, that's something else that I did. I added a new system so that these are technically semi-fast trains. They can actually use the high-speed line, the express line, when they're not stopping. Not for the whole stretch here, because this is an existing line. It was a bit tricky to actually implement that, but for at least the first stretch leading out of Honnford, definitely. And in fact, we still need to extend this line to the north. We have a whole map to cover still. We are nearly at the top, but again, another little spoiler alert. People are probably wondering where this line's going to go. It's actually going to loop around the top. In fact, did I say this before? I think I said this last episode, didn't I? It's going to come across and it's going to connect up to over here at Knapberg Junction. So that's going to happen, and then we'll have other lines springing off of that. But we're going to carry on where we left off last episode, and I said we were going to work on this branch line. I've done a little bit of landscaping since, but not too much, because you might notice at the bottom there, our money still isn't great. And, you know, temporarily I could build a bridge going across. You know, we could build a bridge like that. That's fairly easy. And then over time we can extend the land on either side to actually make that more feasible. So we'll pop these and we'll do 70 mile an hour. For now we won't do 70 mile an hour bridges. We'll do the 200 mile an hour bridges. And then here is going to be the giant junction where all the different lines spur off. Now we're going to do one straight like this, because that's going to be the straight line. We want one that goes under and one that goes over. So I'm going to get rid of all this waterway, even though it costs an absolute fortune. Oh, it's worth crying over when you see how much that costs. Now, I'm trying to think of... I mean, triangular junctions are the thing that is used most often in Britain, but this isn't going to be a triangle. This is almost going to be like a diamond. So, I mean, we could do it easily. We could do it really easily and say, that's 1, and then this is 2. And you know, maybe as a startup, that's probably the easiest way of doing it. And then we'll pop a signal there, and then we'll pop a signal there, one there, and one there. And that's, you know, jobs are good. We've already got the signal there. We're going to pop these probably 2 train lengths apart. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it needs to be at 9. So actually one there isn't a bad idea, and one there, and then probably one there and there, just to get the trains moving. And then once we get into this area, we'll go on as we were with one every 9th tile. That could work. That could actually work very nicely. And I think that is the idea we're going to stick with for now. Again, over time, if need arises, we will rebuild that little section. When we rebuild the bridge, we'll probably rebuild the junctions as well. For now, though, you know, I can't see... We're not, as I said before, we're not going to have huge amounts of traffic using this line. So there's absolutely no point in going all out and building huge, huge junctions that one train an hour is going to use, because that would just be totally pointless and a waste of money and time. What I am going to do here though is clear some room for platforms, because we are going to build stations in these gaps. And if we're not building stations, we're certainly building track. Now again, I don't mind level crossings on these lines, because as I've said so many times, not going to be used very often. So if we do end up building bus networks, they're going to be fine. Buses are going to be fine. No one's going to get killed like our trams are at Guardtown. One gets wiped out virtually all the time at the moment, which isn't great, but you know, can't always be helped, unfortunately. Now this is going to go to Duddington, Pronton, Slanfield, and it's just going to keep going this way until it reaches the end of the map. So we'll do that now. Again, I wish I had that line drawers tool. I know that there's a way of downloading the mod pack, because I've seen someone else do it, and I've seen Zest Husky do it, who is my inspiration for this series. The only problem is I haven't a clue myself how to do it. So if someone knows and wants to tell me, that'll be brilliant. If not, I can do trial and error, but I could end up losing the file. I don't particularly want to do that, so I'd rather know what I'm doing before I start playing around with it. Where's this track going to go? I like the look of it going through this part of town. Like that. And then we'll do a little bit of landscaping there to make the station fit, and then we'll pull it up like that. That should fit. Should fit along like this. Yeah, it will do if I cut this back. I like the way it blends in with the slope of the land. Okay, we're having to do a little bit of landscaping to make it fully fit, but slopes like this, you know, it's almost like it's riding on a shelf, and then it goes down to sea level. That's kind of my goal for these lines, is to try and make them, you know, the big main lines we've got, they're heavy duty. Lots of landscaping, lots of huge construction projects, you know, filling in land, digging tunnels, building bridges. This, not so much. This is very sort of laissez-faire, follow the slope of the land. Don't worry too much. If there's a hill, we'll just go over it rather than trying to bore through it. If there's a body of water, we'll bridge over it, like we're about to do here. And you see, it works. It creates a nice little railway system. Nice and calm, nice and smooth. We can enjoy it. I'm going to have another station here, of course. I'm going to demolish all these buildings for now. We're going to have cheap to run trains on this line that are going to make us profit. It's going to be lovely. Now, if I sort of slingshot around the edge of Slanfield, see if I can put platforms there, that would be nice, and then sort of an S-bend here, like so, and then that there, and then again we'll go along this way, like that and like that. We'll get rid of those. I'm hoping the station fits within that 5-tile gap, otherwise we're going to have to do some re-signalling. Because the station's going there, whether the signals let it or not. That's the big secret. We're going to do another little humpback bridge over this river, even though it doesn't actually go anywhere. Going to climb this hill. Again, we're cutting through farmland, which does increase the cost of the track, but it should be worth it. I'm hoping it's worth it. In fact, what I could do is take this back and sort of cut the corner. Zip across there, and then I can actually build a station here as well. So let's see, I think the station itself should go in this sort of little valley thing that we've got here. So see, if I draw the tracks, it's going to be a very weird shape for a railway. You don't normally see them go like that. If it is like that, then you'd level the land and build like an embankment for it to run across, but as I say, this follows the slope of the land. There's lots of hills. We're going to have trains that are good enough to actually be able to climb these slopes without losing too much speed. I'm going to go for efficiency. And even though I say no terraforming, we're going to pop a tunnel in here just to get the tracks out the other side of the town. Because that follows the line that I actually want to stick to, because then we're going to skirt the edge of Frenfing Field and terminate here at Frunston. I originally said Prunningville, but I think Frunston is probably better because it's more sort of built up. Where's the tracks? Here. So if I do this, we'll skirt along the edge again, sort of there and there. We'll climb up this hill like that. Again, bit of a strange slope, but whatever. And then we'll terminate. How close I can get to this road? I believe I can get. Should be able to get in there, maybe. Let's see if I can build these buffer stops. Yeah, flatland required. Okay. In which case, I'm going to get rid of them. Stick that there. There we go. Frunston Heights. We'll rename that. It's a rubbish name. Single-sided platforms. We'll get rid of this. Right. Before we go any further, 1, 2, 3, 4 signal crossovers are going to be here. So we'll put the path signal there. We'll put these ones there. We're then going to go all the way back to this original junction, which is here. Oh god, I've got to count these now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there. And there. That's that side signalled. All nicely done. Couple of... yeah, might have to do some landscaping here to make that one fit. That one fits in nicely though, which is good. That one fits in. Perfect. Okie dokie. Now we'll build the platforms. Very simple platforms. Whoops. Very simple platforms. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing fancy or anything like that. It's going to be really simple. And then little bits like that. And boom, we are done. I had another little interruption there, guys. I had another person knocking on my door, but I decided to use the time off camera to actually go ahead and finish the line. So we've now got all these brand new stations. The only thing that's left to do is to add in excuse me, bad time to get a tickly throat, is to add in our little sidings area, because that's the next thing that we need. So I'm going to stick it here. I'm going to pop that there like that, and then I'm going to go down to, where is it, modular sheds, and we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're just going to pop that on the end like that. Very simple, very, very simple. We're going to rename this to depot, like so, and then we're going to start putting our trains in. Now, I have said in the past that this is a branch line. We're not going to have anything too severe and too extreme, and I fully intend on sticking to that, which is why I'm very tempted to run these types of trains. Let's see, so that's a 2-unit train. I don't think it gets any longer than that. No, it doesn't. So I think that's a little too short. We've got these long platforms, we might as well use them. So let's see, these are all 2 units. That's 1 unit, that's 3 units, 1.5 tiles. But again, not really what I'm looking for. So if I go a little bit further down, we get to these ones. These are 3 units, and then you've got these ones which are 4 units, but they go 125 miles an hour, which is way too fast for what we want to do here. Way, way too fast. So I think the other solution we have is to use our old friend, the push-pull service again. So there's the BR, and then we'll drop down here and we'll grab the correct carriages, which is these ones, the double-decker coaches. These go 101 miles an hour. How fast does this go? 88. So really we want ones that don't go much over... In fact, there we go, local passenger. and we'll make them 3.5 tiles long. Nice and simple. And then we'll go Frunston Heights, Frenfingfield Heights, Planingworth Manor, Sloanfield Industrial Park, and then Pronton Industrial Park. We loop round here, although I don't really know why I did that, because I could have just gone straight across there. That's a future expansion, maybe. Although it follows the land, so I suppose it was worth doing. Duddington Woods, Slunway Mill, Nindhatton Springs Woods, and then we come to this junction, which I do want to name, actually, because it's an interesting track alignment. And then finally, Honnford Interchange. And then we run all the way back. Now, I think 3 or 4 trains on this line will be more than enough to sort of fit the schedule that I want. I can't think of a reason why we would need more than that, which makes things nice and easy. Do that. We'll put that as service. We'll put that as far end with no loading. And then we'll go to Honnford Interchange. We'll change that to far end. We'll open the timetable. Need to pin all of these. So what's this? FH to HI. So this is local diesel. FH to HI. And it's how long? 3.5. So that's 7. I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. I don't know why I suddenly doubted myself there. There we go. Brand new train. It's in the right category and everything. We'll pin this. Pin the other 2. Yep, good. Pull this down. I'll do the timetabling on camera because it's nice and easy. And then we'll let this one go on its route. So, Frunston Heights will do, let's say, 8 days. We can just sit there, tick away. We'll put stopovers, longer than normal stopovers at these stations. Because as I say, with 4 trains running on this line, there's absolutely no rush. It allows us to pick up extra passengers, it allows us to drop off extra passengers, all that kind of stuff. And we can always shorten it if necessary. I don't actually know, once you do the control on start date, yeah, I think it only does it once. I was just sort of thinking if I was to take a train out of the timetable for whatever reason, would it automatically readjust so that they're all spaced out evenly again? I don't think it does that. Again, this update that that's been brought to my attention, it does have a button up here somewhere that you click and it does auto spacing, a bit like the system you get on City Skylines, which is another reason why I'm very much considering getting that, because that would make life a lot easier. For example, we've got 2 trains that crashed in the last episode, which means there's now a 2-train gap in that schedule, which could cause problems during that gap. Whereas, you know, we wouldn't have had that gap if the train hadn't have crashed. But if we also had the update, it would actually sort of correct itself. Right, I'm going to let this train go. Going to let it autofill. We will come back in just a second once this is finished, and we'll get the rest of the trains out on track, and we'll probably, depending on how long the first part of this episode was, we'll either try and build a second line or we'll call it here. I think we might call it here because I really want to start bringing these episode lengths down again. So we'll follow this train, I'll follow this train on this journey off camera. We'll come back, we'll put the rest of the trains on, and then I'll do the wrap up, guys. So I will see you in just a second. And here we go, guys. The train is returning to its origin station. It was full. It actually picked up a full load on that journey, which I'm quite impressed with. You can see it's making us a tidy amount of money. One of the advantages of this system that we've got here is every station bar 1 will be a profit station. The only one that isn't is Honnford. Some people might want to go to Honnford, and in which case we'll get money for that. But the majority will just want to go sort of maybe Guardtown or Fenthill, somewhere like that. In which case we'll get transfer, which I think I set that up to be 50% of the actual income, something along those lines. I can't remember entirely off the top of my head, But what that does mean is... Wow, that's a little less than I was expecting. We get profit from this train. And I do have to do my little friend here again, just so I can get enough to actually 3, 4, and 5. They're all on the same timetable, which is good. We'll turn that off. We'll skip this over to that. We'll reset the late counter, and this is going to be set to 5 days. There we go. Start date is going to be the 22nd, which is actually my half birthday, the 22nd of July. Not that that matters, but it is also the anniversary of my channel. It does matter. To me anyway. Probably means nothing to everyone else, but to me it means something. And there we go. The game is afoot, Watson. And with that, I'm going to end the episode, guys. So thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series. And until next time, I will see you soon.